This is where we last left. And I know some of you have wondered where I've been. So I want to send a special thanks to you who commented to know and ask how I was doing. It means a lot. And while we catch up, I will take you on a little tour around the Everland Amusement Park, which is where we are heading right now. I published the last video last year, a few weeks before my birthday. I was really heavy into visa processes. At the time, I was really consumed mentally by the things that I was doing, and it made it difficult to manage both life and editing for this YouTube channel. Then came June, where I had my birthday, and then came July, and by July I was finally finished with my visa processes and it was renewed. So as soon as I got the physical version, I flew back home to Switzerland because that was planned, and I was away for around 3 weeks, 1 month. And once I got back, that's when I really had some troubles that I could not have foreseen, which now truly makes me realize how fitting this video is for the story, because life is a roller coaster. Did you know there are 13 amusement parks in Korea? Well, I would say 14, because if you just Google amusement parks in Korea, then there's only 13. But I've been to one called Ludensia, and it was really pretty, so perfect for pictures. And this one doesn't come up unless you already know about it and you search for it by name. Actually, in this video, I am feeling so uncomfortable because I don't like amusement parks. I'm so scared of the rides. When I was 22 and living in Bristol in the UK, there was this incident at an amusement park and it left me traumatized. I went on the star, and as I buckled, it didn't clip correctly. It made a weird noise. It was already starting, so like I tried to call onto the managers that were around, and they didn't hear me, I guess. So I was panicking because I could feel that the grip of the thing wasn't like completely on my chest and secure enough. I honestly thought I was going to die, and like while the star was up there, that I would fall or something would happen.
It was so much
Oh my God.
fun. I thought I was going to be afraid and cry, but it was okay.
So yeah, this is the first time that I've done an attraction like that, and the star on top of that since that episode. And best believe I was preparing mentally for days before going to Everland. The only things that I would do were the easy peasy stuff, or the normal games, as well as the driving car carts. If you do like this type of things, I totally recommend Everland. It is the biggest amusement park in South Korea. It is not in Seoul, but in Gyeonggi-do, in the city of Yongin. It is also owned by Samsung and gets millions and millions of visitors each year. Also, not only they have a zoo, but they are known for their panda world, as well as a themed garden, night parades, and they do seasonal events. Let me tell you, when I got back from Switzerland, I landed in Incheon. I got sick during the flight. I was dizzy, feverish, upset stomach, so I grabbed a cab. And then when I arrived at home, the biggest shock ever. So picture this. I arrive home with my 2 huge luggages, I'm sick, and I open the door and I'm like, this smells weird. What is going on? I keep on walking into the apartment and I turn towards my bedroom where I wanted to go in and lay down. And surprise, I cannot lay down. Why, you may ask? Well, because to my surprise, my bed, which is a folded couch, is completely covered with mold, and I'm shocked. So I stand there, I start to look around, and I see around the room and in the living room, everything, all of my stuff is covered with mold. From my bed to my pencils, everything. When I tell you everything. So in the end, I had to abandon the mission for the day and find myself a hotel. And it would be an understatement to say that I was extremely upset. I ended up spending the following 5 days staying at a hotel. The first 3 days I was so sick, but I still made the effort to find a way and go every day to the apartment to clean up. Because obviously the air needed to be recycled in order to get all the spores out. The AC was also running like 12 hours a day on the air recycling mode. For 1 month, I was cleaning and throwing stuff out, but I was also searching for apartments and doing visits, and that period ended up mid-September, where I was finally able to move out. And you know what? I was so pissed, not just only because I had to stay at a hotel, which is a useless way to spend your money when you have already an apartment, but because I had to throw away my beloved furniture, which I wanted to keep for the next 10 years, especially that couch, because it was such a good quality and it was super comfortable. But it is the way it is, and that period ended up putting such a strain on my person, and one thing following the other, I ended up being in a very dark place that I couldn't get out of, until by December I started opening up to some friends, and one of them flew from Switzerland to the Philippines, and we celebrated New Year's there. And by January this year I was finally okay.